All right, good day, my dear viewers. How are you guys doing today? I believe you all are doing great wherever you are. So, my people, today I want to still talk about this serial blackmailer called Daniel Ezekiel. I saw the reply he made a few minutes ago, where he peddled other lies. I told you guys that Ezekiel is known for peddling lies. Peddling lies, that's what Ezekiel is known for. Now, some people may not understand how this imbecile, this moron operates. Most of you may not understand it. And the lies he has been peddling against Tom Polo, Dennis Utuaro, Kestin Pondi, Godfrey Pondi, and the other leaders in Baramatu Kingdom, I want to expose them. Now, before I get deep into this conversation, let me tell you, Daniel Ezekiel was not arrested. I will emphasize it. Was not arrested because he was advocating that Tom Polo, advocating for the interest of Tom Polo. He was not arrested because he was defending Tom Polo on social media or on any platform. He wasn't. That is why every time he spread lies that he was arrested, he was sent to prison because of Tom Polo, that I have to come out and correct that impression. I have to correct the impression. He's in different WhatsApp groups, campaigning to people, tarnishing the image of Tom Polo, that after I don't go suffer for 2 years because of Tom Polo, now then they enjoy the team, I'm not getting anything. My brother, you not suffer because of Tom Polo. Your mouth, your personal issue with an individual was what led you to prison. What was led you to prison? If you are telling me that you were sent to prison because you agitated or you were speaking in the interest of Tom Polo, were you the only one speaking at that time? Were you the only one? Were you the only one when the Opoza boys were and students and cooks were taken from Opoza community by the military? I came out in collaboration with multiple chief Verot and Boy to organize a protest in 2015 at Tunde Smooth Playground. I joined myself representing the National Association of Baramatu Students. We joined multiple chief Verot and Boy and the women, and we staged a protest at Tunde Smooth Playground there in Warri. How many times did anybody move against me? The Ozobo that you are calling, the Austin Ozobo that you are talking about, Austin Ozobo was advocating for against the military invasion of Baramatu. Did anybody arrest him? Did anybody arrest him? Why must it be you who said that you are advocating for the interest of Baramatu and Tom Polo, and for that reason you were arrested? Nobody sent you to come advocate for anybody at that time. You had a personal issue with an individual which led you to prison for 2 years. Not carry and come tie to Tom Polo. And don't even try to relate it to the Niger Delta struggle. You never engaged in any aspect of the Niger Delta struggle. You were not part of the armed struggle. You are still not part of the intellectual struggle. You are not part of any of the Niger Delta struggle. So stop spreading all these lies. Say that because of Tom Polo you go prison. You not go to prison because of Tom Polo, boy. Your personal issue when you get with somebody, now person arrest you. Somebody arrested you. The government did not come to say that Daniel Ezekiel, you are supporting Tom Polo, therefore we must arrest you. No. Somebody arrested you, not Tom Polo. And it was not because of the Niger Delta issue. You were not the only one speaking at that time. Ozobo was speaking, but nobody arrested Ozobo. I myself, in collaboration, joined multiple chief Verot and Boy and organized a protest here in Warri at the heat of the Niger Delta Avengers issue, when the youth, students and cooks, innocent boys were arrested or taken away from Opoza community by the military. I joined Chief Verot and Boy and organized a protest here in Warri. How many people can arrest me? How many people can arrest me? When we say na your own, na people see can arrest. Your own. Ezekiel, you cannot deceive us. We have been condoning your excesses for too long. If you see that all this while that you have been spreading these lies, Nobody from Toronto has ever come out to challenge you or to debunk all of these lies. But I felt like this is the time I need to come out to correct these wrong impressions. You're lying against Otuaro. Said Tinubu approved the increment of the budget of the presidential amnesty program from 65 billion to 115 billion, and he has given the order to Otuaro to increase the stipend of the ex-agitators, and Otuaro refused to increase it. I tell you, go and bring the proof where Mr. President expressly said, Otuaro, implement the increment of the budget so that the delegates can receive a higher stipends. Go and show me the proof. You are misleading people. Say Tinubu don't increase them, Otuaro no increase them. Otuaro does not have the express power to effect the increment without the directive coming from the presidency and the office of the NSA. So I'm just saying this for the people that are being misled by Ezekiel and the good people Niger Deltans to know the facts. Otuaro not be wicked man. Otuaro was part and parcel of the Niger Delta struggle. He knows what our people suffer. He knows everything about the struggle. So his emergence as the administrator of the program has brought, he has given the express order that Otuaro implement implement the increase of the stipend. Otuaro would have done it long ago. But this power not being any day. My fellow Niger Deltans, let us understand this fact. Otuaro not mean evil for anybody for Niger Delta. It is not within his power to implement the increments. If not, now Otuaro and I don't like Niger Delta pass when say government don't give that authority not come to him. It does not have the power. The presidency has to give the go ahead. The NSA office has to assent to it before anything like that is happening. So if any Niger Delta want to even say anything about the increment, direct your attention to the presidency. Direct your attention, your attacks to the presidency. Tell them to give the order, to give the go ahead. But Otuaro not be president saying now Niger Delta money now he want to feed. He was a wealthy man before he became the administrator of this program. So he's not after whatever money that is there. If you even look at the progress he has brought to the program alone, self, you go know say Otuaro is not after whatever money that is in this program. You will know it. Look at the way he has been deploying people to school, different schools, vocational training and empowerment. Just about 2 weeks ago, he organized another training for ex-agitators in Abuja there. People attended and they were impacted. They say Otuaro now they carry the money they shop. So Otuaro no is that they impact people, no increase the stipend. Which increase stipends? Which increase stipends? And for me personally, I've said it yesterday, and I'm going to say it again. If it's by my own doing, I will even tell the government not to effect any increments of the stipends of the agitators from 65,000 to any 200,000 or whatsoever. They should not effect that increment. Rather, that money should be used by the office to send more Niger Deltans to school, to train more Niger Deltans, to bring in more Niger Deltans into the presidential amnesty program, so that everybody can benefit. What Otuaro is doing presently is what I would advise the government to do with that money. You are talking about 30,000 people. Are the 30,000 people the only people in Niger Delta? Was the presidential amnesty program established for the 30,000 people alone? Is it not called Niger Delta Presidential Amnesty Program? Which literally means every single Niger Deltan is a stakeholder in this program. So you cannot come to me to say that Otuaro is fighting the process. Otuaro does not want to attend to the 30,000. That he should not attend to any other person aside the 30,000. Now greed, now they speak. Greed, now they speak from your head. Make Otuaro, if government permits Otuaro say, okay, Otuaro, we are go ahead with the increment of the stipend. Make Otuaro carry their money to increase on our stipends. Just the 30,000. While on our own brothers for Niger Delta, other people go to suffer and say they're not the part of the system. Make them suffer. Now what one are they pray for? You are touts. You are touts. For me, I'm saying it. If I have my way, I will even advise the government. Don't apply or don't effect any increment of the stipend from 65,000 to any amount. That money should be used to educate more Niger Deltans. And Otuaro has been doing that expressly. I tell you, gone are the days of armed struggle. Niger Delta, we are no longer fighting the cause, the battle with arms. We signed an agreement with the government not to pick up arms against the government again. Never. Anytime we engage in that act, it will be considered treasonable felony. And the government will come with their full might to destroy us. So for that reason, we are not supposed to go back, and we are not going to go back to armed struggle. The stage we are now, the only way we can fight this Niger Delta battle is through intellectual struggle. And how does intellectual struggle come to play? Through education. If the people are not educated, how will you expect them, or how will they stand before the presidency, stand in different podiums, both national and international, to speak for the interest of the Niger Delta people? How? This stage presently, the intellectual battle, and Otuari is taking advantage of it. What the past administrators could not do, Otuari is doing it. The past administrators laid all their emphasis on just the 30,000 beneficiaries, leaving the generality of the Niger Delta people aside. But Otuari came in. He even opened the doors of the program. He understood and he explained the true meaning of the program to the people. This program is not meant for just the 30,000 people that were captured when the presidential amnesty program was established. It is Niger Delta Presidential Amnesty Program, which literally means every single Niger Deltan is a stakeholder. So long as you are a Niger Delta, you are supposed to benefit from this program, not just a group of 30,000 who are saying that Otuari should not bring in other people. Greed, now they speak from honor. So my people, I want you to know that Ezekiel is just peddling lies. He's peddling lies. And I posted something yesterday. He said President Tinubu agreed to increase the budget of the amnesty program from 65 billion to 115 billion because of his own efforts. Say now he talked to President Tinubu. He persuaded the president to increase the budget of the presidential amnesty program. Somebody who could not even persuade his own party, ADC, who could not persuade his party to give him a nomination form for free, or at least on credit, because he did not have the money to purchase the form. He could not persuade his party, ADC, to get a nomination form for the primary elections. But yet, he's coming out to say he persuaded the president to increase budget. Where you take pass? You get that connection, now you know use them to get your party tickets. You get that connection. You are there snapping pictures with people's forms, spreading lies that I'm contesting for the Warri Federal Constituency seats from ADC. I'm contesting. People form, now you carry the post. The boy wrote me, I have proof. And even the boys that were you used to spearhead your media campaign that you are contesting, they've reached out to me. I have proof. And that they are even crying that after you use them to spread your lies, your fake aspiration, you refuse to pay them. Say you not pay them. So now the boys that they find you. Then they find you. Say that form when you carry the post, they snap. Not your own, a person own a ticket. And not say you not get 5 million anywhere to purchase that nomination form. If you get level 1 say you tell the influence President Tinubu to increase the amnesty budget. You for instance influence your party. May they either give you the nomination form for free, or may they sell it for you for credit. So that after your election you go come pay. But you not fit. And you still went about saying that you step down for Dr. Sheriff Mulade because it's not good for two Johns to fight. You not step down anything, Ezekiel. Stop the lies. Say Sheriff Mulade, and I can't talk to you now. I know you step down. Sheriff Mulade did not do anything like that. You not step down for anything. I said it in on the WhatsApp group too, some months ago. You did not step down anything. You never bought the form. You not buy form anywhere. You were never part of the race. Stop all this hyping. They hype yourself. Sheriff Mulade talk to me now, make I step down. Sheriff Mulade not talk to you anything. Sheriff Mulade is alive. He did not say anything to you. Sheriff not even bother if somebody like you they come safe. You are a miscreant now. Nobody will even look at you. You could not even afford the party tickets to contest the primary elections. Say that Sheriff talk to me, I can't step down. You, monkey like you, lies peddler like you, a serial blackmailer like you. Sheriff, I can't beg. May you step down for him. Ezekiel, enough of your lies, yeah? Enough. And another area again. You said Tom Polo arrested me and locked me up in the caravan at Oporosa. The Oporosa people are there. You can go to Oporosa and verify. Tom Polo did not lock me up. Tom Polo has never locked me up in any occasion. Say Tom Polo locked me for a car inside caravan. Now you, than the Ezekiel and Ozobo advocacy, now make Tom Polo release me. My brother, you get that kind of voice before. Now say the person will arrest you for not arrest you. You for either take free yourself. For the point, for the records, let it be known, Tom Polo did not arrest me. Tom Polo did not put me in any caravan. The Oporosa people are there. You push, you go and verify from them. Say the Oporosa people, Tom Polo arrest me, put me for caravan. Say now you Ezekiel. Now I can advocate when they release me, Abraye. When they arrest me, put for caravan. When anybody arrest me, put me for inside caravan, Ezekiel. Come and show us the proof. Come and show us the proof where you said Tom Polo arrested me and put me inside the caravan, locked me inside the caravan, and that you and Ozobo agitated for, advocated for my release. Come and show us the proof where I was locked in the caravan. They lie, and if you say you peddle all these kind of lies against me, I'll go just they worry myself. Say Ezekiel don't lie against me. We know you now. We know you, Ezekiel. You are a bloody liar. You are a bloody liar. All the lies when you don't tell I go release all the true informations them. I saw the publication you made. Let me get to a particular part of it so that I will be breaking it down for my people to understand. Make people not say na Abraye just the talk. Okay. You also said in your publication that you contributed immensely to the appointment of Dr. Dennis Bruto Otuaro as the administrator of the program, amnesty program. Say your effort now make the appoint Dennis. Ezekiel, you get that kind of connection, you get that kind of effort, you for carry and help your miserable life. You for carry and help your miserable life. Say now because of your efforts, now make the appoint Otuaro. You, somebody who could not even use his own effort to better his life, now recommend Otuaro for appointment. Ezekiel, you deceive yourself well. You recommended Otuaro. Your effort led to the appointment of Otuaro as administrator of the presidential amnesty program. You. Sometimes when you want to lie about some things, think about it twice. Think about it. Will the people accept this lie? Think about it. You came to Otuaro with a fraudulent proposal that was at the detriment of the delegate of the program. Should Otuaro, or if Otuaro had accepted it, that would have been at the detriment of the people. Otuaro rejected, refused your fraudulent proposal. From that minute, you started fighting him. We know you for Niger Delta now. Ezekiel, we know you. Anybody that is feeding you, you sing the praises of that person. But the moment the person stops feeding you, you start castigating that person, blackmailing that person. That is your nature now. Why is it that no Niger Delta leader and Ijaw leader wants you around them? Why? No Niger Delta or Ijaw leader wants you to come close to them. Why? Because you are an ungrateful idiot. If you give Ezekiel food every day, the day you don't give to him, Ezekiel will turn around against you and begin to fight you. Now that kind of person now Ezekiel be. Because I'm saying now you recommend, now your effort now make the appointed Otuaro. Why you not carry that effort? Say go take your party tickets. Monkey. You be monkey, oh. You be monkey. I don't want to even stress myself too much for this broadcast. I just came out to make my people understand it, so that Ezekiel will not mislead people. You don't mislead people for WhatsApp groups. I'm saying this. Ezekiel was not arrested because of Tompolo or the Niger Delta agitation. He was not arrested for it. So make anybody not deceive now. Say, media, Abrahi to be back. He say, na me even Adam. Say, na me Adam to WhatsApp group. Me, Abrahi. So 2 years ago, I voluntarily left their social media group only for Abrahi to add me back. Me add you. Ezekiel, me add you for group. Which group is that? Their social media group when they talk about. Why you not call the name of the group? Call the name of the group so that everybody will see it. Call the name. Well, Allah. The UMC not even the intelligent. Sit down for one local bar when they sell all this agbo them. They drink agbo, they red your eye. They do fake video, they lie against people. Now what is Sabina? What else is Sabi do pass that one? What is Sabi do pass that one? Idiots. You won't come lie against Tompolo. Your fight against Tantita, Kestin Pondi, Godfrey Pondi, and the entire management of Tantita. We know the reason why you are fighting them now. You are not somebody that any Niger Delta leader wants to bring close to themselves. Not be you. Not be you. You are not a straightforward person. Ezekiel, everybody knows your antecedents are there for everyone to see. Your antecedents are there. So nobody, the fact that this Baramatu circle, not they buy into your fraudulent activities, your criminal way of life, is the reason why you are fighting them. Why are you fighting? Now, if somebody calls you out to ask you, why are you fighting Kestin Pondi? You will not have any tangible thing to say. In fact, you will not have anything to say at all. Why are you fighting Godfrey Pondi? You will not have anything to say. And if you are the one fighting them, they are not even fighting. They are not even the see yourself. I'm just saying this to correct the wrong impression that you are creating. To correct the impression, so people will understand that this boy just a misbehave. Kestin Pondi does not even know about you. You're not they bothered about all this jargon when you do. Neither is Godfrey Pondi bothered. Neither is Tompolo bothered. Neither is Utuaro bothered. I'm coming here to speak on my individual capacity as a son, a proud son of Baramatu Kingdom. Because I refuse to keep quiet while one moron, one small boy, they abuse my parents. I will not. I will not keep quiet. I'm not going to keep quiet my mouth. Any attack when you dey attack Tompolo, and they expose the lie behind them. Who you be for Niger Delta? Say you contribute for the struggle. Say Abrahi was never part of the struggle. Oh boy, go ask. My face show. Not be say with the kind of the proud. My face show. Go and ask. Go and ask. And we will talk about the Niger Delta intellectual battle. My face show, Ezekiel. It show. Go ask. Make your findings. When we talk about the intellectual aspect of the Niger Delta struggle, my brother, my face show. I did get till tomorrow. Till tomorrow. You cannot dispute it. Okay, say, I'm not that part, I not do anything. Now you, when you go suffer for 2 years for prison because of abuse when you abuse one individual, they arrest you, you come later and say na Niger Delta struggle. Leg pain you go say na Niger Delta struggle. Head pain you go say na Tompolo. You defend Tompolo, na me head quarrel you. Who not know your lies? Everybody know your lies, Ezekiel. Everybody know your lies. So we the Baramatu people, we are not bothered. But I need to set this record straight. That's why I'm making this broadcast. I need to set it straight. And for those of you who are already calling me to say that why are we fighting ourselves? We be joy, we need unity. Why you not go talk to the Ezekiel? Why did none of you reach out to Ezekiel? Why he has been on this parade to abuse Baramatu leaders? Why did you not reach out to him? Now when I don't respond, reply him before you come talk to me, say let's not fight ourselves. My brother, leave him. If you are unable to speak to Ezekiel, don't try to speak to me. And Ezekiel issue does not have anything to do with the unity in the Ijaw nation. Not get anything to do with them. And my response to him has nothing to do with the unity in the nation. You will not sit quiet while one small boy will insult your father in your presence. If you can do that, me, I'm not the taker. I can't do that. I can't. So, my people, I don't talk yesterday. I'm going to say it again. Call your son to order. This is the same thing Jude Baboy have been doing for years, where we called out to the Saba people to call Jude Baboy to order. Because Daniel Ezekiel does not have the monopoly of abusing leaders, the leaders of Baramatu alone. It does not. He does not have the monopoly of abusing people. If he's abusing the Baramatu leaders, I am also going to abuse every leader in the Bema kingdom. I go abuse on her. If Ezekiel they curse my papa, I go curse him papa, curse anybody when they around him. And that is why I'm sending this message to the Bema people. Call Daniel Ezekiel to order. Else I will start my own parade, my raid, by abusing every single leader in the Bema kingdom. I will not spare one. I will drag you people to this social media space and ridicule all of you. Because this boy have been doing this thing for years now. None of you have come out to call him to order. When I never call him to order, caution him. They allow Ezekiel, they spread lies. I dey wait for any of you now. I'm waiting to see any Ebema leader or anybody from Ebema that will come to me to say, Abraye, what you are doing is wrong. I dey wait for that person. I dey wait for that leader or I dey wait for that Ebema person. If he reach where we go use and take blow, I go follow you blow physically. I go follow you blow each other away. Then I go ask you the question. Since when Ezekiel they abused Tompolo and Baramatu leaders, how many times you don't call them to order? When we say that my own won't come disturb you. Make una call them oh. Make una call them. Because by the time I start, nobody should say Abraye does not have respect for elders. So if you have a son that does not have respect for elders, I'm telling you that my father also have a son that does not have respect for elders, which is myself. If you have a son that does not have respect for elders, me too, I not get to. If your pikin curse my papa, I go curse you. I go curse you. I don't want to possess the kind of wisdom that will make me keep quiet when one small boy is abusing my parents. I not get that kind of wisdom. I not get that. So my people, leave Ezekiel alone. Nobody should believe the lies that he's spreading against Tompolo, against Kestin Pondi, against Dennis Otuaro, against Godfrey Pondi and other leaders in Baramatu Kingdom. Now lie, they lie. They find food. Now all his prayer is, as he they do all these things now, Kestin Pondi will call him, okay, Ezekiel, we are come. Can't take stop this. Now what did they do? But Baramatu people not be that kind of people. You cannot get anything from the Baramatu people just by blackmailing them. Wait, they not send you. Now you start them. Look at Fedro Oliver now. What is he doing? Fedro Oliver is begging presently. If they post up and down for social media, they beg. This is the same person that was blackmailing Tantita. But at the end of the day, when he sees that these people not even send them, he's now begging. At a point, he sent someone from the UK to plead with the Tantita management to give him 10 million, to give him a pay of 10 million naira. They're not even listening to him. He started the blackmailing steady until now. When he sees that the Baramatu people not the reason him, Tantita is not even concerned about him. Now he's pleading, making publications here and there. That is the situation that you are in, Ezekiel. All this one when you do so, we know you. Now hunger. Hungry now they wired you. I pity those poems say they mislead you. Somebody will not know how Niger Delta struggle take come about. You are even abusing my father. You abuse my father. Say my father is a drunkard. My father is a proud professor. A proud professor in Niger Delta University. Go and ask. Who your papa be? One low life fake woli. When they say they sleep with people wife them before he died. Now they carry come compare my own papa. My papa na professor, my papa na very sound man, upright man. Now your papa when be fake woli when they carry people wife, carry dirty garment, take over people wife, they make that they suck in bola for inside. Monkey. You even bring Simon Bebenimbo into this your case to try to justify your false lies, your falsehood. But this is Simon Bebenimbo get with you. You don't know what you want to talk. You not go find something talk. You cannot incite the Niger Delta people against the Baramatu leaders. You cannot incite them against them. You cannot. You said Otuaro is not working. Otuaro is not doing anything. But you can see different publications from the Niger Delta people, the agitators, ex-agitators, commending the effort of Dennis Otuaro. You can see it. Commending his effort day and night. You are the only one see the Otuaro that the Otuaro is not doing anything. While the generality of the Niger Delta people, they see what Otuaro they do. I told you guys just few days ago, more Niger Deltans have graduated from the university, both outside the country and within the country. Just few days ago, all of these are people that will stand tomorrow to defend the Niger Delta region, to advocate for the development of the Niger Delta region through an intellectual means. Now brain work. And that is why I say this. Any Niger Deltan that is blindly following Daniel Ezekiel does not mean well for the region. Does not mean well. If you are one of those that are faulting Otuaro's policy, educational policy, then you don't mean well for the region. You don't mean well. If you are a sane Niger Delta, you go know. Say what Otuaro they do are the best. We have to invest in education so that in the nearest future we will get people for National Assembly. Niger Deltas will occupy sensitive positions across the country and outside. We will have presidents, we will have governors, we will have ministers, we will have House of Rep members and other heads, directors of different commissions and industries that will attract development to the region. That is the target. What is the basis of the Niger Delta agitation? What is the basis? Is it not for us to get what we deserve? Is it not for us to have the part of the national cake? Is it not for development? Is it not for fair representation at the federal level and every other level? What are we fighting for? So now that the armed struggle has ended, which other channel are we going to achieve all of these demands? Not the education. Don't know yourself. Where they beg Wakam, now they tell me, say, Brian, I committee. Say, I reached out to you to establish coastal time. You! Dan Ezekiel, he dey lie, you. He dey lie. So my people, I did not come out to make any broadcast that will bore you. I just came out to correct the impressions. And I'm going to emphasize on it every day. Dan Ezekiel was not arrested because of Tompolo or the Niger Delta issue. His personal problem with an individual was what led to his arrest. Now, person arrest him. And it took the intervention of good people, good Ijaw people, for Ezekiel to be released. For the person who arrested him to agree to release Ezekiel. And Ezekiel was even meant to sign an undertaking that he was not going to blackmail anybody again. He was not going to level false allegations against anybody again. He signed an undertaking, but I'm not even surprised. But here he is, towing the same path that led him to prison. The same path that took him to prison is engaging in that act again. Blackmailing Otuaro, blackmailing the Baramatu leaders. Not know yourself. So guys, this is the message I have for you. Don't believe what Daniel Ezekiel is saying. Today, if you are giving to Ezekiel, you are his friend. By the time you don't give to him, tomorrow you are his enemy. I believe that 99% of Niger Deltans, you know him. 99% know him. If you give to Ezekiel today, you become his friend. He will sing your praises. But the moment you stop giving to Ezekiel, now your enemy he don't become. You start peddling lies against you. So all the lies that when you write like a textbook, so all of them don't make any sense. You said that I was arrested by Tompolo and put in a caravan. Tompolo arrested me and placed me inside the caravan in Oporoza. And they still they wait for the proof. And they wait for the proof. And for those of you who care to know, Oporoza community is there. You can go and ask. Ask anybody. Investigate. When was Abraya arrested by Tompolo and put inside the caravan? Locked up inside the caravan. When was that? May they show you proof. If that kind of thing happened, ever happened. Somebody they lie, they because in the triumph with this in lies for WhatsApp groups, he thinks that there's nobody to speak to him. Me, I will say this again. Nobody from Baramatu instigated me to do what I'm doing. Nobody tell me say, Abraya, go challenge Daniel Ezekiel. Nobody. I'm doing this on my own individual capacity. As a proud son of Baramatu Kingdom, who will not sit down and allow one imbecile to abuse his fathers. I'm doing this on my personal ground. I was not sent by Tompolo, I was not sent by Otuaro, I was not sent by Kestin Pondi, I was not sent by Godfrey Pondi, I was not sent by Matutola or any leader in Baramatu. I'm doing this on my individual ground. So if you want to relate anything, relate it to me. And I'm going to say this again. If the Egbema leaders fail to call Daniel Ezekiel to order, whatever action I will take to reciprocate what Ezekiel is doing to the Egbema people now, whatever action I will take will be my personal decision. Nobody sent me to go do anything. If you fail to call Ezekiel to order, I will begin a campaign of abusing all the leaders in the Egbema Kingdom. And I will be doing it on my personal ground. I don't need anybody to instigate me to do it. If you abuse my papa, I will abuse you. I will abuse your papa. If you allow your son to abuse my father, I will abuse you and abuse everybody that is around you. Ezekiel does not have the monopoly of abusing people. He does not. When I did that, they look at me, they abuse Tompolo, they lie against Otuaro and Kestin Pondi every day. When I they look at him, you are in the WhatsApp groups, seeing him peddling all of these lies. When I they look at him, and they wait for any of now and say, go come tell me, say, Abraya, stop what you are doing. And they wait for now. If now one-on-one we meet, and I go follow you blow each other. If now this social media, I go follow you dig out for this social media. Your picking they do bad thing, and I don't feel call them to order. Now me will call respond, now I won't call to order. Make gonna try am first. Make gonna try am. If I not get respect for our leaders, me Abraya, for Baramatu, we get respect for our leaders. If you joke with your leaders, we don't joke with our leaders in Baramatu Kingdom. We don't joke with them. We don't sit down and allow one person to abuse them. We don't joke with them. If you joke with your own, that's your business. We don't joke with our leaders. We don't carry the play. So if you allow people, they cause your own, that's on your business. But for our own, we don't allow it. We don't tolerate such. So my people, I'll still come out later in the evening to hammer more on this issue. I will hammer more on it. And see, I don't open the chapter for Ezekiel. I will see between me and now who go run for this social media space. Who go run? I'll see who go run. All the lies when you tell, we will see who go run. And before I terminate this broadcast, let me say this again. Otuaro is the best thing that has ever happened. Otuaro is the best thing that has ever happened to the presidential amnesty program. I'm telling you. They are saying that he's not doing anything, but the Niger Deltans, you can see with your eyes what Otuaro have been doing. Otuaro has done beyond what was expected. I told you guys yesterday, it took the past administrators about 16 years to deploy less than 7,000 Niger Deltans to schools within the country and outside the country. About 16 years for them to deploy that number, less than 7,000. But Otuaro deployed over 7,000 in less than 2 years. Over 7,000. What took the past administrators 16 years to achieve, Otuaro achieved in less than 2 years. And as I speak to you, the number has surpassed 9,000. The number of Niger Deltans that have been sent to school to acquire education in order for them to become good ambassadors of the region is way more than 9,000 now. As I speak to you, it's way more than 9,000. I mean, when was Otuaro appointed? What took past administrators years, yet they could not achieve? Otuaro is achieving in less than how many years now? Now they allow Ezekiel to deceive now. There is no other alternative to the Niger Delta struggle than education. There is no other alternative. There is no other alternative to the Niger Delta struggle, to push this struggle, than education. Now education be the only, see, education is the panacea for the development of the Niger Delta region. They say the pen is mightier than the sword. So this is the era of the pen. If we must sit in that cabinet, if we must sit among leaders in this country to advocate for the betterment of the Niger Delta region, to agitate for the development and economic freedom of the Niger Delta region, we must be educated. You cannot sit in the boardrooms when critical decisions about the Niger Delta region are being made if you are not educated. You cannot sit in the council, in the National Executive Council, to agitate for the betterment of the region if you are not educated. You cannot stand before international audience or the international communities to agitate for the betterment of the region if you are not educated. So if you have senses, you should grab what Otuaro is doing. Otuaro did not only bring in this Niger Delta education aspects to the program. Otuaro opened the program. Is that a crime? That a program that just about 30,000 Niger Deltans were benefiting from, now as every single Niger Delta benefiting, is that a crime? Is that a crime? Is that a crime? A program that just 30,000 Niger Deltans were benefiting from, now Otuaro opened it to the entire region. Every single ethnic group is now benefiting. Every single family is now benefiting from this program in the Niger Delta region. Is that a crime? That one alone self not telling us say this man get good at. Make una learn. Do not allow yourself to be deceived by miscreants like Daniel Ezekiel. Do not allow yourself to be deceived by him. That boy not get anything to offer. Now food you dey find. Now for him mind, if he continues to abuse Baramatu leaders, the next thing they will call him to say, oh, you can't take money, may you stop. Baramatu leaders not be like that people. They are not people like that. You go talk sometime, now we go to challenge you. Our leaders not even they see you. Fetch Oliver Duam, enough for granted. Zimbabwe have been doing it all these years. What has they achieved? Nothing. Nothing. And you, Ezekiel, you have subjected yourself under the rule of people like Boylof to be used as a tool to destabilize the amnesty program. You came with a fraudulent proposal to Otuaro. Otuaro rejected it. Say this boy carry your fake thing wrong, come off for here. And you even spoke about Mabu, that Otuaro was instigated by the Baramatu Operaza House, Baramatu leaders to sack Mabu. I said it yesterday and I'm going to reiterate it. Mabo Ogomugo was sacked because he was engaging in criminal activities in the Presidential Amnesty Office. He was engaging in criminal activities. It was being used as a tool by the people who don't want the progress of the Niger Delta region to divert issues, to carry out different criminal acts in the program. And Otuaro, being a genuine man, a transparent man, could not allow such to happen. Could not allow anybody to tarnish his good image and his administration. So Mabo had to be excused. If now you wait till you go do. If you are in the shoes of Otuaro, what will you do? And the decision is not just a sole decision of Otuaro. The presidential amnesty, you get bored. Though. You get bored. So don't let anybody deceive you. The Baramatu people did not wish out Mabo. Neither did Otuaro wish out Mabo. Nobody did. Mabo's personal actions took him out of the amnesty office. His personal actions took him out of the office. And he's there establishing one faceless group here and there, using them to make publications against Otuaro, to castigate Otuaro. We know him. Now your criminal act, now send you come out. Why other people went there? Why they not silent? Why you? Your criminal act that made they send you come out. You too, you have the opportunity to come out to say you are contesting for a position in the Warri Federal Constituency. You, Mabu, you are like Ezekiel. You not buy any form. When I will just come carry people from take snap picture because say me I'm contesting. No. Ezekiel say now Sheriff Mulade talk to her when he step down. Mabu, you unko, who tell you may step down? Who tell you? Who talk to you may step down? Now still Sheriff Mulade tell you may step down. Monkeys. I don't talk about Egbema leaders call Daniel Ezekiel to order. Else, by the time I start my own campaign, nobody should call Abraye. Nobody should call Abraye. If you allow someone to abuse your father, I don't tolerate it. I will not allow it. If you abuse my father, I will abuse your father. That is the nature of Abraye.